Nigeria has a population of 140 million people. There is a vision of universal basic education for all 70 million children in Nigeria. But this is a huge challenge. After decades of neglect, the education system is in crisis. But there is progress.
Hello viewer, welcome to Youth Angle on TV Taraba. I am your host Eunice Yakubu Adamu. Today with me in the studio are amazing personalities. Before we go on, I would love them to introduce themselves. Let's start with the gorgeous man.
Thank you very much. I am Bassey, and it's nice being in studio today, and I strongly believe that you get to know more and much things about what we are going to discuss in the studio this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Mfreke in Obong Atat. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you very much.
Hello viewers, I am Victorious Ewota Odegla. It's a privilege to be numbered among those people here.
I'm so happy to have you guys in the studio. So our topic for today, we're going to focus on education. We want to see how education can be a sustainable way in which a community can be fully established. So I will start with a question, the word education, what it's all about. Mr. Bassey.
Definitely, I will say education in this present generation is not something anyone should outweigh or push aside. Education on itself has to do with enlightenment, has to do with development, has to do with building up of personalities in getting a sustainable environment. That is making known what is expected or what should be known by the persons around. I think basically education has to do with building up the horizons of persons to get the expected end or the expected modalities needed in the society. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mfreke.
Okay. For me, education is everyday learning, because every day we meet different people, we interact with different people. So education for me is like being able to learn something new per time, not just within the confines of the classroom, but being able to allow yourself to get something new at that point in time. Just being open to learn something new and to build yourself, to build on what you already know, so that it can at the end of the day bring about a very good result, something productive at the end of the day.
Thank you for a wonderful definition. So let's hear from you.
Alright, education is the step-by-step growth in inculcating knowledge into individuals who are willing to accept such information to their realities. Education does not basically mean going to school to learn something. It starts from cradle, from your home, being a child, where your parents teach you how to walk, how to eat, how to respect others. That's most of times we see people at the top levels of authority, they pass through the educational system. And so we deemed it fit that this kind of program will help sensitize parents, sensitize people around, so that even if they eventually don't pass through school, but every little form they have, they should get educated, get enlightened. Even without the books, you can learn something with your hand. Someone that is idle, we always find himself doing something bad. So when they are educated, when they are enlightened, they tend to follow the rules and they tend to be in the right place at the right time.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I will build on what they have said, which is the basic things I've talked about. Why this topic of education at this point in time. And as I said earlier, it is we keep learning, and if we stop learning, it's going to be to our own detriment. So by bringing up this topic of education is to bring us back to that point where we we need to understand the need to know some certain things, for people to keep learning, to know what to do at a time, what not to do per time, so that it will help them. Because if without this without them learning at the end of the day, without because learning at the end of the day, someone has to tell them. And so if they are not being told, people be like, I was not told, I never knew. So by the time we keep talking about it, we keep enlightening them, we keep bringing to their notice they need to know these things, why this should not be this way, why this should be this way, and this also helps them.
Thank you very much. So viewer out there, I hope you are getting something out of this. Learning is in two ways. By the time you know something and then you keep it to yourself, then it's of no use. But by the time you utilize it, you teach somebody, then that thing is more productive than the way it was before. So I get to realize that somebody here is a CEO of Lead On Initiative. I don't know about it, and I would love you to tell us more what Lead On Initiative is all about, or what brought about Lead On Initiative.
I just felt like wearing the garment of praises, but I just can't help than just push all the glory to God.
Okay.
It's not been easy. Basically, I don't want to run into how it started, but I actually want to say that it has actually birthed a program that helped persons in Taraba State, that helped the students. It went as far as organizing state teachers conference, where some teachers were set apart to learn the basis of using instructional materials. For those persons in the educational sector, they really understand it's not all about the teaching, it's not about the going to classes, but it's beyond that, the use of lesson plan, the use of basic things in order to affect lives. So Leader Initiative is actually an initiative birthed for setting humanity as priority, fighting and pushing on certain modalities where it will solve certain problems, not only for the youth, though basically for this moment it's for the youth, making them know why they should learn. Don't forget, we also organized a program in the state, the state essay writing competition and the state debate, where we actually wanted to know how are the students in this state learning. Are they really getting it in class? Can they really exhibit this thing outside their school? But unfortunately, I went to some schools. Some were scared of competitions, some appreciated competition, but they were scared of their students, and they were so much concerned about the image of the school outside. But let me challenge the school out there. It's beyond you teaching students, but sometimes it's better you know how far you've trained your students. Sometimes it's better you tend to know, am I really training these people for competition outside there? So sometimes it's better you make them go out, learn some things, get exposed to know about this. So Leader Initiative actually came up with my team, and we organized that event in partnership with the Ministry of Education, and everything we did were under the moderation of the Ministry of Education, and they were with us. We finished everything. To God be the glory. A school came out first. Definitely there must always be a winner. So ma, thank you very much. It was a very wonderful success organizing that program, and thank you for every student that came out that day. Thank you for the schools that came out. There were plenty of schools that came out. I think 15 or thereabouts, both public and private schools, they came out. It was a wonderful program, and I'm very grateful they came out. Thank you very much. I believe that in the course of the program, we get to know the school that won. They stood amazingly. This student performed wonderfully great. I don't want to use the English, you may not. It's one of those things. I was carried out with love to see that inside a state like this, we have wonderful students that can challenge people outside there. I don't want to mention a name, but permit me to speak just like my political mentor, Gospel Akpabio. He doesn't want to mention them, but he always mention them. Let me not mention Mohammed Sakina of Radai schools. She was amazing, and they wrote wonderfully well. Thank you.
Wow. So it was an essay competition, right? And she came first.
Both essay and okay. This is how it happened. The essay competition, actually, it was a first stage which pushed some persons for the final round, which was how is it called? Debates. So the first four schools stood out for the debate, and automatically she came out first, both in the essay and the debate. I needed to see this girl speak. She was challenging.
Yes,
She was challenging.
that's one thing about competition. By the time you go out there, you know what you are good at and what you are not good at. Then at least next time you work towards it in perfecting yourself. So please let's know more about. Is it the second runner up now?
All right, yeah. Okay, for the first runner up, like I said, it was for the winner, it was
Okay.
Mohammed Sakina Mohammed. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm from the other part of the country. So I'm not used to. I'm very sorry, Mohammed. I know you're watching me out there. So it's Mohammed Sakina of Radai School. You were great. I love the spirit I saw in you. You know what you said? She said something that day.
Standing horizontally.
Okay, she said she was standing on the horizontal and the vertical, this and that. Man, even the teachers there were amazed. And I wish I had a better ground, and I'm trusting God that I'm going there. I would have awarded you a scholarship. Seriously, I know you're great. Thank you. I would have done that. But sorry for the little we could offer. It's just a stepping stone to your greatness. Thank you.
Alright, so I think we should talk more of the second and the third because they're also tried, right? Yes, so let's
Second.
Okay, the second winner was Yura Sunday from Jetta's Montessori College.
okay.
And she did very wonderful. Her fluency in English, everything, the way she was outspoken, her points, and everything. She did very wonderful. You know, sometimes when you come around a state like Taraba and they tell you Taraba, and maybe there are some schools that are not doing very well, and you come to see some schools that are actually doing very excellent, and you see the students doing also very excellent. It is something to actually be wowed at and be like, wow, so something good is actually coming out. And to actually see that these children are being trained this way, and that means there is actually hope. There is actually hope in the state and in the society, in our nation at large, because when they are being trained from this age to be able to stand in front of people to speak with confidence facing the crowd, then they are able to grow up with this mindset that they can take the nation far at the end of the day. So it was beautiful to watch her come out and present her point. Even the essay, the writing, that was the first stage before she emerged as the second winner. And it was actually a really beautiful platform to actually see her come up and do something. Though at some point there may be times that she was all as
The whole tension.
yes, the whole tension, which you could actually see. But at the end of the day, she did her best. Being able to come out and compose yourself and to still stand out as the best and still stand out doing something is something worth applauding.
Thank you very much. So we talk about the last.
Okay, now. The Radai Metropolitan School, they made a blast in that competition. The person that took third was Gilbert Frank. He did so wonderfully well. I'm sure that if more of their students had come, they would have taken places in that competition. The fact that those students could come out from Taraba State, where I have seen a lot of schools where I'll be wondering, how do good people come out from this kind of environment? But seriously, they surprised us and they did very well. I'm glad that there are schools that are training children for greater heights.
Alright, thank you very much. So I would love to go to the next question,
Sorry,
if you don't mind.
Sorry, before that, I need to say something here.
Okay.
There were other schools that came out so great. You know, there's this thing about wrestling. No matter how you try, there must be a winner.
Definitely.
There must be a winner. I don't want to mention names, but seeing what students could put up. It's like if these students are trained beyond that, it's them from good success, writing an essay competition, and you think could it's all and you'll be wondering, is this an essay writing or is a project itself? So it was amazing. Students from other public schools, they did wonderful things. They wrote so well, though there were some things we had to correct in some, but that's just the thing. And I wish we had opportunity to get to these schools to tell them, look, you guys are better in what you're doing, keep on. Or this is the way you could not do it, so that next time you coach yourself and you meet some tasks that you need to do. So other schools, they did so well, just that in wrestling, sorry, no matter how you fight, the blood will be coming out, there must be a winner. So thank you for every school that came out, thank you for all the students. I'll say one thing I love saying, I'm not ungrateful you came.
All right. So I want to ask my next question. This question, I just want you to answer me yes or no. Can a state achieve a good educational system?
Can a state
Achieve a good educational system? Is that with you? What's your answer?
Yes.
Bassey?
As a political science
Hey!
graduate,
Yes or no?
okay, I'll love to say that. Let me be on the fence.
Hey!
Because with what I've noticed in Nigeria, I will say no. But with the level of exposure to other states to see, also other countries to see what they do there, I will believe that yes, a state could. But how you should give me a ground to say that in Nigeria we are not maximizing our okay, no problem. But talk. Let me leave the question unanswered. Please.
No, you've answered it. Please.
Is a sure yes.
It's a sure yes. All right. So now, what then do you think are those things that are limiting a state from achieving this good educational system? Let's talk about the problems now.
I would love to say this. Give me tomorrow, give me 1 week. I will not fail to mention those things.
All right.
There are just too plenty that sometimes, in order to help the affairs of the country, so people don't come wanting for you. Sometimes you need to shut up. But because of the level of sensitization we are into, we need to mention those things. The issues facing education system in Nigeria is beyond government. That means government is part of it, the students, the teachers, even our parents. So there are just too plenty that if one is meant to mention it, it's just beyond it. But basically I want to say that, well, education is virtually in the hands of the teachers. Those are the instructors. So I want to solicit to every teacher out there. Yes, they may be giving you peanut cash, but just try to give out the values you have. Sorry, from the Holy Bible, if I'm so conversant with it, I believe there's a part that says, freely we received, freely should we give. Yes, those things, they came freely, but I'm not saying don't get you shouldn't be paid, but sometimes look beyond the cash to affect lives. Yes, we are here to tell you that education is meant to build peace and stir up something great. If you do not educate these persons, there will be room for societal nuisance. Yes, so if you educate these persons, you won't see someone that is out there going to fight for one politician who doesn't even want to know whether they exist. So please, let's go beyond going to classes, not teaching, going to classes with chewing gum, going to classes to dumb our notes to students, then off we go, not teaching these ones. So let's go beyond that. There are so many problems from the aspect of the teachers where they don't want to use instructional materials properly. In the aspect of the government rather, where they don't want to check into the facilities of the various schools. Even in private schools are not left out of this. It doesn't matter whether they have big buildings, teachers who speak Queen's English. Excuse me, if you get to those schools, those that they are doing nothing. They are doing nothing. So please, with that, I think we should try and know that education has much to do in the lives of the persons we have around. Then for the students, in addition, please, if you go out there to learn, know that everything you need to do has to do with it. Your skills, everything has to do with it. Thank you.
Okay. But I say, that as you say, there are many problems that is affecting the educational system in Nigeria. but I'll start by saying it's the mindset of the people,
Okay.
from the government to the parents, and this is because sometimes the government feels that, or the government feels that okay, other sectors are more important,
Yes.
if I may say so, and they just forget the educational sector
No supervision.
totally. They are not watching it, they are not supervising it, and even when would I say money is being sent for those facilities to be made available, they are not being used for that. So it's the mindset. It's just leave them, let it just be like that. And even the teachers, and because of this, it's just like it's a hierarchy. And if it's from the government to the teachers, so that negligence also kind of reaches to the teachers, and like okay, let it be anyhow. And then it also now comes down to the students, and so they're like, is it not just to go to school and nothing is there, because at the end of the day, just I'll pay money. So the whole mindset about education is really changed. I keep hearing people, must I go to school, I will still get money. So as in the whole mindset is really affecting people. They don't really see the need to go to school. Maybe if people really saw the need to go to school, they will really be more interested, and the teachers will even be interested also to be able to impact into the students. So it's just first the mindset. If the mindset is corrected about the educational system, the need for people to be educated, the need for us to raise leaders in the educational system, I think it will really help.
Thank you very much. What's your opinion?
Okay. The problems that the educational sector is facing ranges from the family, the government, and the school itself. When the parent sees no need to send a child to a school, then they'll feel like a disca about that child going to a school, even paying their fees. It
Waste
will
of
be hard.
money.
It will be hard for them. Like the female child education, most parents they don't want to hear about it that a girl child goes to school. So if these parents can think it wise that it's necessary for a child to be educated, then the government puts parameters in place that this educational sector will be balanced so that these children can be learned. Then the teachers they employed, we have that mindset of impacting. You know, the success attained is not the riches you get, it's about the people you've impacted on. And the greatest asset is not by the houses or the cars you get, it's the people you have impacted on, the people you have as those that have followed your, how do I put this now? Those that have followed what you have learned, those that you have deposited something into, that's the sources you can see you attain. So education ranges from both the family, the government, and the school itself.
Thank you very much. We all know that say if the foundation is faulty, then the building will come down. So why not start from the foundation? Why not start giving these children a very, very good and educative and a strong and solid beginning? Put them to school, let them go to school, and not just anyhow school, good schools. And to our teachers out there, just imagine these ones are your children. Will you treat them the way you treat them now? No. So in everything we do, we should put ourselves in the shoes of those children. If you put yourself in their shoes, then definitely you have any cause to give them what is less than just the very, very best. So thank you very much. I'm so happy to have you all in the studio. I wish you have more time, because this topic is indeed a pressing one in our society today, because many youth out there, many children out there don't want to go to school. I just hope and pray that our parents will be more attentive and put more importance in them going to school. And if we have children that go to school, then our society will be at peace. Thank you very much for joining us, viewer. I still remain myself, Eunice Yakubu Adamlo. See you next time, same station. Bye, and don't forget, you are the best.